In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to use the slidemaster that's available in PowerPoint. Slidemaster is a really nice feature to use to be able to quickly make modifications to all of your slides in PowerPoint, or maybe sometimes it's some of your slides in PowerPoint that you want to change all at the same time. Real big time saver. When I work in PowerPoint, what I usually like to do is just set up my slides. Don't worry about colors and that type of thing until I get the content put in. The content's the most important part of the PowerPoint. So as we get started here today, I've got 4 slides with some content in each of those 4 slides. And I'm going to go through and just going to kind of change it up a little bit. Now there's lots of ways to do your formatting in PowerPoint. One of the things that some people do is they'll go to their design theme once they get their content put together, and they'll just pick out one of the preset design themes available in PowerPoint, which is what I'm going to do right now. You can do that. You can go out to Microsoft's website. There's lots of templates or design themes you can download. You can create your own. I'm just going to grab one here real quick to use as an example. And when you do that, you pick a design theme. You'll all note that it applies different background colors, different bullets, different fonts, all kinds of different formats to the various slides in your PowerPoint. You can modify those by going to the theme group in the design ribbon, and you can change your colors, which I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing. Change your fonts and change some of the effects, which sometimes works out real well and you get exactly what you're looking for. There's other times that you maybe want to make some modifications to the slide that isn't in that particular group. Example might be I want to change the bullets in all my slides. I don't necessarily like the bullet here. So I could go in and I could highlight this particular slide, change the bullet, go to slide 3, go through, change the bullets, and same thing for slide 4. Not really that big a deal when you've got a short PowerPoint like this. You've got a longer PowerPoint. It can be kind of time consuming to go and do the same thing over and over again. So that relates to bullets. It can relate to your font, lots of different formatting. So what I like to do is I'm going to click on the View ribbon. I like to use the SlideMaster to help simplify some of the formatting that I like to do. Now you can create a SlideMaster before you ever create your PowerPoint. You can attach it to your different slides. I don't generally do that because I'm not usually that organized. I don't know exactly how I want things to be before I work through my PowerPoint. So what I like to do is create the PowerPoint and then use the SlideMaster to make the modifications that I want to visually once I start working on it. So I'm going to go to View, I'm going to go to SlideMaster, and I'm going to show you a couple different things that you can do with the SlideMaster. Now you'll note when I clicked on that, it took me into the SlideMaster. There's a lot of masters or different masters for the different slide layouts available in PowerPoint. Notice it took me down here to this 5th layout. What I like to do is start on this top one because that seems like it's attached to most of the slides and can help me with the major changes that I want to do. So kind of watch for that visually when you're working. What I'm going to do as an example to start with is, let's say I want to change the bullet for my first level. I'm going to go to my home ribbon and I'm going to go to the bullets, and there's a number of different bullets there that I could use. I'm going to go a little bit further in, and let's say I want to use a picture. Maybe you want to pull in your company logo as the bullet. I could import it if I have that saved somewhere. Or you can use some of the picture bullets available right within PowerPoint. I'll just pick one for the sake of time. Click on it, do OK, and I pulled that particular bullet in. Now I'm going to go and look at it. I like to kind of go back and forth a little bit. Now you can go, I'm going to go to View. I could click on Normal, or I could come down here, click on Normal. Either thing will take me, either way will take me back in. And if I click on slide 2, I don't necessarily like it, but showing it as an example, it applied that bullet. Slide 3 applied the same bullet. Slide 4 applied the same bullet. So it was a quick and easy way to apply the bullets to all my slides at the same time. Go to View, can go to SlideMaster, and take me back in again. Notice here where it defaulted to. It took me to the third slide. I want to work on this top one just to see if it will hit as many of the slides as I need it to. Sometimes I like to put, as an example, maybe Mitchell Tech's logo on all of the slides on a PowerPoint that I'm doing for Mitchell Tech. So rather than inserting the picture over and over again, if I have a 20 slide presentation, inserting it 25 or 20 times, copying and pasting it 20 times, kind of slow going, you can go to the insert ribbon. And I'm just going to grab a clip art picture as an example. If I had a logo, I could pull that in and go to clip art. This PowerPoint's on landscaping, so I'm just going to have a keyword search for trees. I'm going to grab this tree real quick, go insert, and then of course we can move it wherever we want it to. We could size it. The thing about using the slidemaster is it will attach it. You can kind of see over here it's attaching to the different layouts. Now it may not attach to every layout, but it hits the majority of them. That's why I like to use that top slide. If I go back into normal view and I look at the slides, now it didn't put it on the first slide because it assumes that we don't want it there. It did put it on. You can see over here on the left that it did put it in slide 2, 3, and 4. Now if you didn't like where it was placed, you go back into the slidemaster and you make some modifications to where it's placed. But quick and easy way again to do something to all your slides or the majority of your slides. Last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to click on insert and go to header and footer. There's times that you may want to put a header and footer in your slide. Now the header footer is going to be based on the design theme that you have. So sometimes it will place it in the different elements in different places because of the theme that you've chosen. Now I'm not going to click on date and time. I could insert that. I could insert the slide number. I'm just going to do a footer here, and I'm going to type in Barry's Landscaping Service. And I'm going to apply that. I'll just do an apply to all and see. Now you'll notice it did just that. It applied it to all of them. Okay, and maybe that's where I want it to be. Looks great. Or maybe I'm going to try to go into, I'm going to go to View, I'm going to go to slidemaster, and I'm going to go to this top level, and maybe I want it over to the left. We'll just move it a little bit just to see what it actually does. Okay, and I don't know that that's exactly where we want it, but we'll start with that. I'm going to go back to normal, and you'll notice it changed it on the first slide. It changed it on the second, and the third, and the fourth. Alright, I'm going to go back to View, I'm going to go back into slidemaster. Last thing here. So I'm using this top one as an example. You can use that. We haven't done anything yet with animations, but I use it a lot to animate the different bulleted levels in the slides, so I can apply animation to all of my PowerPoint at times, or maybe specific slides. If by chance, based on how you set things up, it's whatever you're doing with this top slide isn't working on all of your slides, then sometimes you do need to go down into the different slide masters, find the layout that you used, and apply the formatting to that particular layout. I tend to use the layout where you just have the bulleted lists a lot, and so a lot of what I do, it works really well using the slidemaster. That doesn't mean you shouldn't use the different layouts that are available, but if it's not working to make your modifications here, you can go down, find the slidemaster that you've used, maybe used this particular layout a lot, then that would be a layout for you to go and use in the slidemaster.